Hello, my name is Josh, and today I'm going to be showing you how to clean a paintball gun. Now I'm using a Proto Matrix rail model. If your model is different than mine, the instructions and steps that you need to follow to clean it may be a bit different, but the general rules should be the same. Before we get started, I'm just going to show you some tools that I'm using to clean the gun. This first one is a slot head screwdriver, and it's for disassembly. A lot of guns will have clamps on them that have slot head screws, so this is a really useful tool to keep in your inventory when you're cleaning your paintball gun. Second tool is this set of Allen keys here that are just on their own pivoting block. So basically each gun will come with its own set of Allen keys. When you start owning 2 or more guns like myself, it's just kind of useful to have these, because then you just have all your Allen keys in one spot instead of getting them mixed up. And they're pretty easy to lose sometimes just because they're a smaller tool, so I strongly recommend this tool. Third thing we're going to be using will be the only specialty paintball gun tool that we're going to be using today. These are pipe cleaners. Now, they're sized specifically for the barrels of paintball guns, and they have this microfiber on here which protects the barrel from scrapes when it's cleaning. I strongly recommend these because otherwise it's really hard to clean your barrel and it can get gummed up if you don't clean it, which affects your accuracy. Now, what I was using before I had these was a screwdriver with a rag on it, and I really do not recommend that, because if the rag, say, tears and the screwdriver, the metal meets the metal, the screwdriver against the barrel, then you really run the risk of damaging the accuracy of your gun. So I really recommend those pipe cleaners. The next thing I'm going to show you here, these 2 containers. One is filled with water, that's for degreasing heavily soiled areas of the gun. And this one is an empty container. Now what I'm going to use this for is I'm going to put all the parts that are small enough to fit in here into this container. Because basically when you're cleaning your gun, you're going to have a lot of small parts and they get lost very easily. I've learned the hard way. Lastly, I just got this rag here, just basic old house rag, something you don't mind getting dirty. That's just kind of to wipe heavy greased areas away with the water. So that's just a general basic thing that you should have when cleaning your paintball gun. Yeah, so those are the tools. Alright, so now that I've shown you the tools to clean the paintball gun, we're going to get started. First I'm going to take off the hopper here. Use my flat-headed screwdriver to do that. Just need a few turns and it should come off, just like so. Place that over here. Now, before we do anything, we're just going to want to inspect the inside. This is where the paintballs feed in from the hopper. Basically, you want to check if there's any balls plugged in there, especially if you have an automatic gun, because what happens is sometimes the sensors don't read fast enough, and you can get balls shooting too fast out of there, and then sometimes they get broken by the bolt. So yeah, we just want to check that. So now what we're going to do is the second part is we're going to take off the barrel. Some of them have pretty long threads on the gun, so that just comes out like that. Now, for most guns, the barrel is just a single piece, but with my gun, it's a 2-piece barrel. So I'm just going to go ahead and unscrew that. Just kind of allows for a better clean. When you take these double piece barrels apart, you're going to want to take notice of this seal right here. You just got to be really careful when putting the barrel piece back together that you don't damage it or anything, or don't pinch it, because that can damage the accuracy of your gun as well. This is where this tool comes in handy. So I'm going to take the first part of the barrel here. I'm just going to carefully push the pipe cleaner through it, rotating it just to get a better clean. So depending on how greasy your barrel is, you might want to run it through more than once. So once your barrel is clean, what you're going to want to do now is take your Allen key set. And this is usually for automatic guns. Mechanical guns don't usually have this part on them. But we're going to find the right size here. This guy right there. We're going to unscrew the battery compartment. Now a lot of times when you'll get hit on the gun, paint pretty much seeps everywhere, so you really want to make sure you get it away from all the important electrical components, and that's what we're going to be doing right now. Cleaning is pretty straightforward. You just really want to make sure that you're not going to damage any parts. So I'm going to go ahead, just check out my circuitry here, just make sure there's no paint on it. So for this model, the circuit board just comes right out, and what you're really going to want to watch for, especially on automatic guns that have variable buttons to change fire rates of the weapon or turn it on, these little button nubs come out, and really want to take note of that. I've lost a few myself, and luckily it came with extras. So we'll just put those parts container. There's 2 on my gun. So yeah, and then you just want to place the circuit board back in there. You don't want to force it. Just want to make sure it's nice and snug in its holding place. And then obviously you'd wipe any paint away that's around the edges, and you'd also clean the handle if any paint had been on there. Next thing you want to do is just check your air connections. Make sure they're tight. Sometimes if you're holding the gun tight in the game, they can get loose and you start losing air. So once you've cleaned all that, what you're going to want to do is check right inside the bore there. Take a look at your bolt right at the back. And just make sure that it's clean, that it's in good condition. You'll even want to take this pipe cleaner, just push it down there, don't force it. Just very softly get it in there. Clean that out. Sometimes water is required, but I really do not recommend pouring water in there. Just take a damp cloth, very lightly damp cloth, and wipe around the edges. And that'll just prevent any gunk from building up. Yeah. So that's the basic cleaning of your paintball gun. After that, you'll just obviously put it back together in the reverse order that we took it apart. So that's about it. Thank you for watching my video on how to clean a paintball gun.